Hello everyone, the Shadow Picture here and you're watching All Things Nintendo. Today, we'll be talking about what I like and don't like about the Switch 2 that we know so far. On January 16th, 2025, Nintendo revealed the Nintendo Switch 2 with the new features it has and ends with a new Mario Kart game. And on April 2nd, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct was live and I was hyped for it because it's going to be released on June 5th. They showed off new features, games, and accessories. There are many exciting things about the Switch 2, but there's a handful of flaws that can kill its sales. For this video, I'll be talking about what I like and don't like about the Switch 2 so far, as of April 4th. With that all said, let's get on with the video. To start, let's start with the things that I like about the console, the new features. The main new thing is the game chat, where you can talk with your friends while playing other games on said system, while pressing the C button on the Nintendo Switch 2 controllers. This console also brought back the microphone that was last seen on the Wii U to support the game chat feature, and there's a camera for webcam. The next new feature is the mouse feature, where you can use the Joy-Con 2 controllers like a mouse pad. The thing about the mouse feature that I like is that it's being used in more games instead of being a gimmick. Another feature is that you can snap the Joy-Con 2 controllers instead of sliding them down how you normally do on the Switch 1. And there's new features like better graphics, 3D sound, and 256GB of internal storage, which is 4 to 8 times bigger than all Switch 1 consoles. Next, let's talk about the specs that I like. Finally, Nintendo graduated out of the 32GB territory and increased it 8 times. Up to 256GB of internal storage. The tablet is now 10.7 inches wide, bigger than the OG Switch. The console now supports 4K resolution for 60fps on TV mode or 1080/1440p resolution for 120fps, also on TV mode. Handheld mode upgrades to 1080p resolution. Virtual game cards is also a neat idea from Switch 1, and I hope they expand it on for the Switch 2. My favorite thing about this console so far are the games. I'm only talking about the first party because that's the only type of Nintendo games I care about at the moment. Mario Kart World has new mechanics, characters, and gameplay elements. Kirby Air Riders is a sequel to Kirby Air Ride from the GameCube. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment is based off of Tears of the Kingdom. Nintendo Switch 2 edition games like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Prime Frontier Beyond, Super Mario Jamboree plus Jamboree TV, Kirby and the Forgotten Land plus Star Cross World, and Pokemon Legends Z through A. And the Direct ends with Donkey Kong Bonanza, the first time DK had a 3D platform game since Donkey Kong 64 from 1999. These games are amazing and I'll try to get every first party game on the system. I hope there's games like Star Fox, F-Zero, Fire Emblem, Pikmin, Splatoon, Animal Crossing, and more throughout its system's life. Like the Wii U with the Wii, it'll be stupid for the Switch 2 not to be backwards compatible with certain Switch 1 games and accessories. Out of the first party Nintendo Switch games, the only one not compatible is Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 04 VR Kit, because the Nintendo Switch 2 console cannot be inserted into the Toy-Con VR goggles accessory. There are other games that could be played but only with the OG Joy-Con 1 IR sensor, Ring Fit accessory, and other Nintendo Switch exclusives. And finally, the thing that I like about this console is there's now GameCube games on Nintendo Switch Online. The reason why I wanted to say this for last is finally, after almost a decade and a half, we can play authentic GameCube games on HD Nintendo consoles without illegal modding. It's mind-boggling that GameCube wasn't a virtual console option for the Wii U while the Wii was. The starter games like Wind Waker, Soul Calibur, and F-Zero are awesome picks, while Sunshine, Path of Radiance, Super Mario Strikers, Chibi Robo, Luigi's Mansion, Pokemon, etc. While I want to see more games like Melee, Wave Race, 1080, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Star Fox, the other Mario sports games, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, stuff like that. However, nothing's perfect. So let's move on to what I don't like about the Switch 2 so far. To start, let's talk about the elephant in the room, the prices. Nintendo needs to get it together, or else this might be the Wii U 2.0 in a bad way. I'm sorry, $449? Well, $499 if you're getting the American bundle, and the games range from $70 to $80, so just like everyone else, I'm getting the American bundle to save $30. It was so bad that most comments on recent Nintendo videos, people are saying to drop the prices, and I agree. Just look at this. Let's just say you're getting every Switch 2 accessory on launch that's on the Nintendo website. $500 for the Mario Kart bundle since everyone's gonna get that, $80 for the Pro Controller, $90 for both the Joy-Con 2 controllers, $35 for the charging grip, $13 for the Joy-Con straps, $20 for 2 Joy-Con wheels, $50 for the camera, $110 for the dock sold separately, $35 for the carrying case and screen protector, $80 for the all-in-one carrying case, and $30 for the AC adapter. Totals out to $1,043, which is absurd, and that's before taxes. Let's assume that you live in Louisiana, since that state has the most sales tax of 9.56%. So add that all up, your total is $1,143. And also, the games are going to have DLC 100%, unfortunately. So this is a bad thing, and you gotta pay for online at that point. I have two solutions Nintendo has to do in order for this system to sell well. 1. Drop your prices, obviously. And 2. Do what you did with the 3DS, where if the consumer buys the console at this price before the price drop, they can get awesome perks like free games that the players can download, free DLC for select games, free online, and other stuff. Speaking of, based on the price of the Switch 2 right now, why do we have to pay for online when the console is already eating a hole in our wallets? We should have better online than the one we have on our original Switch, since some games are laggy at times. And to end things off, I like the idea that Switch 1 games are being played on Switch 2, having extra content to fit with the Switch 2's exclusive features. But why do we have to pay extra for extra content when we already have the game to begin with? Look, I'll admit that the Switch 2 Direct makes me want to buy the console, but the prices are so bad that people have been making memes to where it's getting into Instagram territory of how brutal they can get. The problem with the console right now is how expensive it is. 100%, I'm getting the Mario Kart bundle on day one and unboxing it for a video. But I feel like Nintendo needs to drop the console price down by $100 and the accessories by $20 so it can sell more than 10 million units within its first month. Got nothing else for this video? Don't be stingy. Like and subscribe, and I'll show more Nintendo content just like this. I'm the Shadow Picture, and I'll see you guys very soon. Later.